Alrighty, YouTube, welcome back here. Mesomat with another video for you guys. Once again, it's been a while since I posted on here. Things happened. I got sick. I've been posting on TikTok, so if you guys have been keeping up with me on there, it's easier for me to upload on there than it is on here because I have to do a bunch of stuff, do a bunch of editing. So we're here. We're gonna make a video today. Once again, if you guys are watching this, make sure y'all watch it all the way through. It helps me out. It helps the stream out. It helps just the whole thing here on YouTube work. So make sure if y'all do watch this, like it as well. That helps as well. Share this out with somebody you know. If everybody shares this out to one person, that helps out a lot as well. We're going to go ahead and dive into this video here. We're going to do a long conversation on one significant severe weather that's going to be coming next week. We're going to be talking about today's severe weather, tomorrow's severe weather, but Sunday through Wednesday of next week look to be pretty interesting as far as the setup goes. And there's still a lot of question marks and a lot of uncertainty with what's going to be happening, but we do have risk zones already through Tuesday. We are looking at significant severe weather as far as that goes. We're going to go ahead and dive into this now. Today's severe weather, we have a marginal and a slight risk of severe weather up into the Dakotas, western Minnesota, eastern Montana, northeastern Wyoming. That is a level 1 and a level 2 risk up there in that shading. And then we have once again down here into the Gulf states from Corpus Christi all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, a level 1 marginal risk of severe weather and a level 2 risk in the yellow there from Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, all the way through Gulfport, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Dothan, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola, Florida, and into Albany, Valdosta, and Brunswick, Georgia. So that is today's risk. We already have ongoing showers and storms developing in this risk area right now. Nothing too severe, nothing severe at all as of right now, which is some good news. But this is something we're going to be watching through the afternoon and overnight hours tonight. We'll play this out on radar here in just a minute. Up here into the Dakotas, this is going to be an afternoon into the evening hours event for you guys. We're talking about large hail, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches. We'll also have wind up to 60, maybe 75 miles an hour, potentially. I highly doubt it'll reach 75, but it's there just in case. There is no tornado risk showing up, but there still probably is a 0 to 1% chance of there being a tornado in this area, just in case that warning does happen. So we'll be watching out for both areas today. We also, for tomorrow, we have a little bit of a bigger risk zone, but it's still the same levels. We have a marginal risk of severe weather for UP, Michigan, up into northern, central, and southern Wisconsin, and then northeastern Iowa, and a little bit of a sliver of Minnesota. This is going to be a wind and a hail event for you guys tomorrow on Saturday there in those areas. And then we have the remnants of this storm that'll be moving its way east off the coastline tomorrow afternoon. We have a marginal risk of severe weather, level 1 out of 5 in that green shading, and then a level 2 risk out of 5 in that yellow shading. So still low in severe threats, but it's still something we have to watch. We've had more marginal and slight risk of severe weather this year actually produced than we have enhanced or anything else. So this is something that we watch very carefully. This will be already ongoing tomorrow morning. We're going to have a line of storms that works its way through Louisiana and Mississippi tonight. This will be ongoing at around 6 to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning as you're waking up Saturday. If you're thinking about going out and doing your walks or your runs or whatever you're going to do Saturday morning, be mindful you're going to need a jacket probably, as there will be some heavy rainfall and possibly a couple severe storms along the coastline down there tomorrow morning. This will work its way through the afternoon hours and late morning hours of tomorrow through Georgia, and eventually into North and South Carolina, we'll have that refiring of storms in the afternoon in that level 2 risk there, and even up into the level 1 risk where we could see a couple tornadoes possible. Wind will be the main threat, and hail up to 1 to 2 inches in diameter as well. So it's something we're going to watch for as well. We'll get to Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday here in just a minute. I do want to run over the forecast for what this is going to look like. We'll go back to the risk zone that is put up for today. We'll start up here in the Dakotas, and we'll run over this risk zone here for you guys. What is this going to look like over the next couple of hours? Well, we got a low that's swinging in here. We're going to see showers and storms pop off here in the next 3 to 4 hours. This will go from about 3 o'clock to about, I think, 10 o'clock. And then this is out of here, and this is done. Could see one more little round through the overnight hours, but I don't think that's going to be severe. Wind and hail main priority up there, and then as we go through tomorrow, we'll see another round of storms that could brew around the Wisconsin area, UP, Michigan area. It's something we'll make note of as well. Tonight, here's what we're going to be watching for as well. This afternoon, we're going to be watching for showers and storms to affect over the southern Texas area. Once again, this is far southeastern Texas, Galveston area, Beaumont area, Lake Charles area. You can see a couple storms firing off later this afternoon around New Orleans area here. And then we watch for the more severe side of storms over towards Georgia and Alabama. So this will be more of like a cluster, supercells, wind, hail, and tornadoes will be possible as well down there. And then we get over here into Louisiana tonight, where we could see a little bit more of a stronger line develop into the overnight hours, like before sunrise, like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning across New Orleans and southeastern Louisiana. This is where that risk zone starts tomorrow, is super early in the morning as we see showers and supercells popping off. And we need to watch tomorrow. This could be upgraded maybe to an enhanced risk. We'll just kind of see I don't like the look of these single cellular storms that'll be moving off the water onto land tomorrow afternoon into late morning hours. So this is something we're going to have to watch for heavy rainfall, a couple tornadoes, damaging winds as well. And then as we get through the afternoon hours, or get to the afternoon hours of tomorrow, you'll see showers and storms breaking off here, across parts of Alabama, Georgia, North and South Carolina, and then this low spins off the coast and we're done. So really, we're almost done with this one storm system. We're going to be watching the next storm system that'll be coming in the following day, and we will go ahead and jump to that because this is a lot bigger of a conversation that we are going to be talking about as far as this goes. We already have a slight risk out for Sunday. This was issued actually yesterday on the day 4 outlook. That's now day 3. We have a marginal and a slight risk of severe weather across parts of Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Oklahoma, as well, and even a little bit of Missouri. This is the level 1 risk in the marginal shading, and then we have a level 2 risk here in that yellow shading. All modes of severe weather will be possible. Would not be surprised if we get a small enhanced risk somewhere in this area due to the fact that wind or hail will be there as well. I don't think this will be a tornado-driven event. This will be a wind-driven event from what I can see, from what I've been reading, and from what I've been seeing on the SVC conversation talk list. It's really as we get into Sunday or Monday, and last night or this morning at like 4 a.m. when the day 4 through 8 outlooks are issued in the early morning hours, we got a day 4 and a day 5. We did not get a day 6 yet, but I would expect that to change over the next couple of days. We'll probably get a day 6 for Wednesday here soon. This is Monday's forecast as of now. This is going to change a lot. It's going to move around. We know when we get past that day 3 range, anything higher day 3 to 8, it changes a lot. It'll move around a lot. That's just kind of how the models are trying to figure out, the Storm Prediction Center trying to figure out what the models are doing. So we'll see this shift a little bit. Hopefully not a lot, but shift around a little bit. Once again, on Monday, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, and a level 2 risk out of 5. That is all we know as of now. I'm going to show you guys what the learning models have on this as well as we go through this video as well today. That's a whole different conversation, but level 2 risk out of 5 for your Monday forecast, all modes of severe weather. It's going to be on the Tuesday forecast is the day that we're more concerned about. We have a large slight risk of severe weather in this yellow shaded area here. Remember, level 2 risk out of 5, meaning scattered. Scattered severe storms, all modes of severe weather will be possible today. This is going to be eastern Oklahoma, northern Arkansas, eastern Kansas, Iowa, all of Missouri, all of Illinois, almost parts of Indiana. You got Chicago in there, all the way up into Green Bay, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, into parts of western Michigan. And Tuesday is the bigger day because we're going to have more of an organized setup. Everything kind of comes together officially. Everything's maxed out on Tuesday. Could be the same on Wednesday, maybe Monday as well. It's something we'll watch. But I do expect upgrades to happen based off of some of the learning models that we're seeing, some of the guidance showing significant severe weather that will be a possibility. I do think the tornado risk and the wind risk will be the maximum areas that we see on these. Could be a wind-driven event, could be a tornado-driven event. We don't quite know yet because this is still about 5 days out. We'll learn more about this as these continue, but the Storm Prediction Center did highlight a conversation of outlooks being issued for Wednesday and Thursday. We just don't know where yet the confidence level is at for these risk zones yet. So that's something we're going to be watching very, very, very closely here as far as that goes. Hold on one second. Stupid cat is being annoying for a minute. So that's something we're going to be watching here very, very closely. I want to show you guys what the learning models are showing. And this is for strictly Tuesday. This is going to be something you'll probably see a lot on social media today over the next couple of days if this continues to trend. We do have the learning models. This is out of Colorado State University. We've shown this a lot because this has been a trend. We saw this a lot last week when we had that tornado and severe weather outbreak across the plains in Ohio Valley and Southeast. The models did a pretty good job with this, and this is Colorado State's learning model. So this is something we watch pretty closely. We have the analog-based models. We got a lot of things that we work with here to kind of figure out where this is going to happen. And Colorado State already has a high risk. Once again, a high risk being issued across Illinois and Iowa, a moderate risk outside of that, and an enhanced risk hatch. So we've got to watch this very, very closely because 5 days away from this, there's still a lot of time for things to change. It's something we've got to watch. We've also got an enhanced risk and a slight risk issued being for Wednesday across the Ohio Valley. So this is just kind of showing what we could see, this is going to change. I don't know if we're going to get a high risk or a moderate risk yet, guys. There's still multiple days out from this, so it's something we're going to watch, but I'm just trying to get you guys prepped just in case something does happen. So that is, we're today and tomorrow on the Gulf States is where we're going to be at in the Southeast, and then we're going to move to the Ohio Valley, Midwest, and Central Plains Sunday through Wednesday next week. So if you are in those areas next week, specifically the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and in Central Plains, Missouri area, you need to be on alert for next week as we could have significant severe weather probably once again for the last week of May as we get things going before the summertime gets here. Now, I want to talk about what this is going to look like on the models. This is our 500 millibar run on our GFS here. The European is still coming in as we make this video, so we'll talk more about that on the stream later this afternoon. But you guys can see what we're looking at here on Monday and Tuesday. We've got a pretty strong southwesterly flow here in the mid-levels, and that's going to help pull your dew points in, your instability, everything you need for severe weather to happen. And you can see that negative tilt with this trough ejection as well as this moves off to the east. And we're actually going to have two surface lows that are going to be present here with us. We're going to have one over the lakes that performs on Tuesday and Tuesday night, and then we're going to have another one possibly across the Central Plains throughout the eastern and southern end of that risk zone on Tuesday as well. And then this all comes together, like I said, Tuesday, and then moves through Wednesday across the plains and then into the Ohio Valley. And then we could be looking at another trough ejection as we go into the following weekend. That's just something we'll watch as well. But you guys can see the picture here. We're going to be in a pretty active pattern for quite some time over the next little bit of really until we get to June here. And then even into June, we could see an active pattern. But I want to stop here. We talked about this a lot on TikTok over the last couple of days in the videos that I've been posting. This is going to be a familiar thing. This is what's called an omega block pattern. Hold on one second. All right. He was crying and screaming, guys, so sorry about that. This is what's called an omega block pattern. We've been seeing this trend for about 6 days now on the GFS and getting closer to the European run here. This is what sets up quiet periods of weather. And I'm using that keyword. I know I hate to use that keyword because it jinxes it sometimes, but this has been a trend for a while. I'm pretty confident. I think we're going to see something like this set up once we get to the first week of June. So this would be like Sunday, June 1st, June 2nd area here. If we get an omega block pattern that sets up, you can bet you we're going to have a pretty quiet period across the plains in most of the United States. You'll have two lows on both sides that could develop with rain on one side of the coastlines of the west and then east side as well potentially, but that's still a week and a half to 2 weeks out. That's something we're going to watch very closely to see if this happens or not. But just be aware, there might be some good news and some light at the end of the tunnel with all of this that's going to be happening next week. So I wanted to give you guys that picture and what we could be looking at. Let's talk about what the precip is going to look like with this here. Like I said, we've already talked about today and tomorrow across down in the Gulf states. So it's really going to be Sunday and Monday here. And you can kind of see right around Sunday afternoon, that low pops up over the lakes here. It's a surface low, not the lakes, but the Rockies. And you can see scattered activity here across Kansas and Nebraska and Iowa. This is more of like, I think, a conditional risk zone as of right now. And then as we go through the overnight hours of Sunday, there's that low popping across the Rockies, and you get more supercellular-like structures is what I'm thinking on Sunday. I think this will be definitely a supercell-driven event then. And then we get to Monday, or Monday afternoon, we have another low that ejects, and this would be a late Monday night into Tuesday morning event. Once again, across the Nebraska, South Dakota, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa area. And then we get into Tuesday, and this thing just goes crazy on Tuesday, guys. We've got to watch Tuesday very, very closely. I'm getting very, very concerned with this setup on Tuesday. There's a lot of models that are trending to past events that analogued to like 2011 and stuff like that, to Joplin, all that kind of stuff. So it's something we've got to watch very, very closely. Like I said, if you live in the Midwest, in the Ohio Valley, in the Great Lakes, in the Central Plains, you guys got to be ready for next week. It's going to be another long, exhausting week, a drilling week of severe weather as we go throughout the week. We're going to get you guys through this as always. Could see some more as we go into Wednesday and Thursday, and then the storm system's out of here. And then past that point, we don't know what's going to happen. So I just want to give you guys that heads up as far as what we could be looking at. One more thing we'll look at is going to be the instability. We're going to have plentiful instability to get us through. You can see Sunday we've got instability, into Monday here, into Tuesday. It really is maxed out. Tuesday, like I said, being that concerning day significantly for severe weather across the Ohio Valley, Midwest, and Plains. So, like I said, if you guys are going to get preparedness plans ready, you need to get them ready now, because this is going to continue to, I think, trend up as far as severity goes, with confidence increasing as we get closer to this event. So that is all I have for you guys today. I'm sorry about the cat. That happens. I hope to see you guys on the TikTok stream today. We'll be doing updates throughout the day. We'll be doing updates throughout the week here as we get closer to this event, into this weekend here and all of that jazz. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all share this out, leave a like on this, and I will see you guys in the next video or on stream today.